Hey guys, welcome back to Carey Digital. I am Carey and I am a Canva certified creative. In this video, I'll be showing you how you can create your very own ebook cover. So maybe you've been thinking about creating an ebook, or maybe you've created your ebook and you want some tips on how to create that ebook cover. This video is definitely for you. So I'll be giving you a step-by-step tutorial on how to create the ebook cover and how you can create your very own mock-up using Smartmockup. So you want to stick around for this video, watch the tutorial, like, subscribe, and definitely share. And of course, if this tutorial is valuable for you, drop a comment below, right? Drop a comment below. So let's jump right into it. Hey guys, let's jump right into it. I'm so excited to share with you how to create your very own ebook cover from scratch. I'm talking about just from your own concept to just putting it on canvas, right? And using Canva. So one of the first things you want to do, of course, is to go to canva.com, right? Which will lead you to this homepage where you'll see all your designs, all the suggested graphics that you can create using Canva. And the first thing you want to do is to select create a design, which is at the top right hand corner. And then we're going to type in ebook. And one of the great things about Canva is that it gives you suggested graphics or designs that you want to create, and that's perfect because here's what. If you have no idea of the dimensions for that graphic you want to create, literally a template is there and it has the correct dimension. So you don't have to worry about that. Like literally that is already solved for you when you utilize a suggested template in Canva. All right, so we have a blank canvas, and with this blank canvas, literally all you need to do is put all the ideas that you have in your pretty little brain on this blank canvas, right? And one of the first things you want to understand before you even start designing is, one, what do I want to communicate and who am I communicating to, right? So if you're a business owner and you're thinking about, I want to create a lead magnet. What is that lead magnet about? You want to have that title in mind. You want to have, your audience in mind, which is very important because that helps you to choose your color. It helps you to choose the emotion you want to evoke. It helps you to choose so many things. So you have to get the fundamentals right before you even start designing. That's a very good big thing, right? Because designing is about communicating, right? So we have the black canvas, we understand what we want, and in this case, we're creating an ebook cover just to let persons know, hey, you can, purchase this product or download this product or download this ebook, I should say, because all the juicy details and guide that you need is in this ebook, right? And for me, we're just going to focus on our audience today, which we're going to focus on women, and I'm going for a more feminine feel and vibe, which will determine the type of fonts I use and also the colors I utilize. So we have it here and we're going to choose color. So one of the good things about Canva is that you can utilize default colors. However, if you already have a brand kit, and for those of you who don't know, and if it's new to you, a brand kit is a guide to your brand visual identity, right? So visual identity is like literally how you show up in the world online, right? What are the colors that you utilize to communicate with your audience or communicate to your audience, right? And for me, I'm utilizing the brand colors for my brand, and I have everything here. So I don't have to worry about like which shade purple or which shade gold or which shade, green. You literally create the brand kit. It's already there for you. It's a guide for you. And then Canva makes it perfect. So I'm going to just show you the other brand kits that I have here, which I could easily utilize. But of course, I'm utilizing my very own just to, evoke the emotion I want to communicate to my audience who are mostly women, right? So the first thing here is we're going to choose a background color. Just create a little foundation, right? And the anatomy of an ebook is really, you need to have a title, you need to have the author, and of course, what is going to be more appealing is an image, right? You want the image, the font, and the colors to all come together beautifully, right? So I've selected my background color, and then now I'm going to think about my font. So for those of you who don't know where to start, you're going to select text, which is on the left hand side. And one of the things about this is that you can search for text if you have a text, or font idea in mind, or you can just easily just go here and choose like font combinations that work perfectly together, right? And I'm just scrolling looking for a nice option that I can utilize, right? And I'm looking to see if there's anything that would suit my need that I can easily, edit and utilize. I'm going to choose this one, and there we go. I want to create some more space. So of course I hide the tab here. I'm going to also make my view larger. So I'm going to zoom in, and you can choose this to zoom in. So you can choose fit, you can choose fill. It's too large, of course, and I can use a 75% zoom or even a 50, right? That works perfectly for me. So we already have the text here, right? And one of the things is that this text is grouped, which means I'm unable to do much edits to this because, I want to pull apart and delete. So what I'm going to do is select and ungroup, right? So when I ungroup, I can easily pull apart the text, delete what I don't need, use what I want, that kind of vibe. And so in my case, the title for my ebook, I'm just going to create title of your ebook, right? I have a main title. I can also choose to use a subtitle. So your subtitle goes here. And then, of course, I'm going to use this section or this text box to include the author name. And in this case, I'm going to use Carey Digital. All right, so we have the fundamentals down pat. But we're not quite finished because guess what? When we're creating graphics and when you're creating, an ebook, you want it to evoke the emotion. You want people to pick up that book. You want persons to buy that book. You want it to jump out at them, right? So we're going to do some extra juice and we're going to choose the font pairing and colors and all of that fun stuff. So I'm going to delete this text that says the art box. Delete. We don't need that. And then no, one of the things you might realize before I jump ahead is that I have a margin. So I'm going to show you how to get that and kind of explain why I utilize margins and why it's important to use margins when you're creating your designs. So the first thing I do is go to File, and then I'm going to go Show Margins. So, I took it off there, but show margins, right? Then you can also use Show Rulers if you want to use that as a guide, or I don't need it. So I'm going to just say Shift R. Hold on. Okay, that didn't work for me. I'm not sure why, but let's move along. And then we're going to, so we have the margins, very important. And then we go here. All right, so I work within my margins and I'm like, okay, how do I want to place my text? So the layout is very important here as well. So I want my ebook cover to be center aligned, right? So let me just kind of slow down a little just to give you an understanding of everything here. So if you're a newbie to Canva and you're new to all of this, you need to just understand just the layout and where everything is. So when it comes to your font and those placements and everything, you can find it here once you've selected text, right? And you can choose the font, which means you can change the font. You can change the dimension, the dimension, but the size. You can change the color of your font or text. Then we have alignment, so we can go left align, justified, that kind of thing. If you know those days from, when you were learning about Microsoft Word, then you'd have a general gist of that is. And then you have the list, bullet, spacing for your text. If you want a special effect for your text, those kind of things, really, you get an idea of how to do all of that once you have selected text. And it's all here. All right, so I have the title of my ebook. I have my subtitle and I have the author's name. All right, so I'm gonna play around with the placement and just the look and feel of the title of my ebook. So the first thing is I'm going to delete title off because I don't want all of that to be the name or just the look for my title. So I made it smaller. I'm just gonna duplicate this text box here, duplicate, and I'm gonna put your title. And then I'm going to go here to choose the uppercase, lowercase, that kind of thing for my font. And then I'm going to change the font that I'm going to utilize. So one of my favorite fonts, which is, very feminine and soft and nice, is Brittany. And I absolutely love using this font. It's a font that I utilize for my brand as well. I'm going to make it bigger. So one of the things also when you're choosing your font, you don't only want to use fonts that look good or it's pretty, or, I like this. It's not about you sometimes in this case, it's about what your audience will gravitate towards and what will communicate and evoke that emotion that you really want, right? So I have selected my font. I know women normally, well, not every woman, but, some women or the women that I'm targeting like the very feminine fonts with a little combination of stronger fonts, right? So that tells a lot of in terms of the personality of the women who support my brand and support my business, right? They have the feminine but strong personality, which is absolutely fabulous. And so we have that there. So the title is in Brittany. Then I have another selection here, which is your ebook in a different font, and this is called Poppin. No, this is not Poppins. This is actually yes, League Spartan, right? And then now we have the subtitle. I'm going to change that as well to League Spartan. I'm going to make it smaller, right? I'm going to put it here. And then I have the author, and I'm going to change that and just place it here, right? Perfect. But it's still not done because one, I want to change the font color. So I'm going to go here, change it to gold. I'm going to choose my color. I'm going to choose this color, and I'm going to choose my author name here. The color I should say. So by here, digital. So we have all the fundamentals here. And then now I'm going to look for an image. So one of the things is I am going to choose an image from elements. I'm going to go here and select from the tab, left tab, select elements. Then, of course, I could easily just go in and look for a photo that I want. But because I want to create some amount of control or, how I want my photo to fill in and flow, I utilize grids. So that's what grids help with. It helps you to determine how you want the image or the photo to be placed, right? Whether you want it in the background, whether you want to have it off to the side, you have more flexibility when you utilize grids, and that's exactly why I'm utilizing it in this case. All right, so I placed my grid to the back, and again, this is all up to preference, how you want to communicate, all of that. And then now I'm going to choose a photo. So I see photos here, and then I'm going to choose something. So I'm going to look for women. For no particular reason, I'm just looking for those photos that I think will communicate the message that I want. All right, so this is not the ideal photo for me. I am going to look for a photo. All right, let me choose something that one of the things. This is something I want you guys to notice. It has magic recommendations, which means it's recommending photos that we can utilize. And that's something you want to leverage as best as possible. So I'm going to choose this photo here and drop it in the background. You can swap out, think about which photos you like. It's Women's History Day. So if you're watching it when this video goes live, it's actually Women's History Day. Women's Day, and that's one of the reasons why I'm just like creating this for my women entrepreneurs who are just bosses and very passionate about growth and wanting more for yourself and taking the what you call it, the bull by the horn. That's what it is. And just doing what you have to do, right? So I'm going to create this and just place it in the background here. All right. So this changes things a little bit, right? Because I've placed the photo in the background. And you're like, well, this is not reading well, right? So one of the things I'm going to do is to highlight all my text. So let me go back. I'm going to highlight all the text and then I'm going to group them because I want to move all of them at once. And I change the placement, change the font here, right? And then because I want the title to pop, I'm going to go back to elements and then I'm going to choose shape, right? This is one of my favorite things that I utilize, which is shape, because it helps me to, add more, you know, of a vibe and style to my designs. I can use it in so many ways, right? So I've dropped the shape in the background. I'm going to choose a color for my shape now, which is this color. Right, so I have that there, right? Can make it nice and neat. Then I'm gonna ungroup because of course, I want to ensure that my text placement is good. So I have the title here, right? I have my ebook. Everything is in how I want it and how I like it, right? So one of the things is I feel like the faces of the ladies or the image is cut off. So I'm going to double click the photo and make it a bit bigger, right? And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's this simple to literally create your ebook cover, right? Because once you have everything in mind already, then once you start creating it, everything just flows naturally, as especially if you know how to utilize and navigate Canva itself. So I'm gonna just select, just change the font color a little bit, add a little spruce, try to find something that jumps out. I'm going to use another shape here. And this is just a very basic ebook cover design, right? That I am creating that you can create for yourself, right? Because I believe one of the most empowering things anyone can, know how to do is to help themselves sometime, especially when you don't have the budget or the resources to do it. So what you realize is that I created the square, dropped it in the behind the text. I'm going to change that to this color here, right? So if you realize I've changed the color and I'm going to change the font again because sometimes I have to play around with it to see what best aligns and jumps out. And this is it, guys. This is your ebook cover. So here's the fun part now. So you have created the ebook cover, you're okay with it, or not even just okay with it, but you love it. So, but you want to see what it would look like on the device that your user will utilize. So we're going to show you and introduce you to a really awesome tool called Smartmockup. And Canva has so many great integrations. So we're going to go to share and then we're going to scroll down and I've already utilized smart mockups, but just in case you haven't, you're going to go to more. Then you're going to scroll down. So you have the option share, social, save, if that's the option, if you want to save it. And then you can go to smart mockups, right? One of the things you need to ensure is that you already have a smart mockup profile or account, and because it makes it easier. So because I already created one, I can now view my design that has been saved in Smart Mockup. So I'm going to go to view in Smart Mockup, and this is, as I said, it's a third party app that is integrated with Canva, which makes lives easier for all of us. And so I want to view what it would look like on a tablet, and so it's loading. So first we see what it looks like, and we see what it looks like here. It's loading. Right, so perfect, right? But then I also want to see what it looks like if I'm going to utilize, you know, mock-ups to promote it, right? And that's the perfect thing. You want to see what your design will look like on the device that your user will utilize, but just in case you want to also promote it on the web or wherever, then this helps you, as well, to give you some vibe and the look and feel that you want. So this is your ebook cover design created from scratch, and with just step-by-step guide from creating, from just having the idea to creating to mock up. And this is perfect, so you can download it, you can save it, right? So you can save it, then download it. Of course, always ensure you save, and then you can download it. And you can choose very high in terms of image quality. For this purpose, I'm going to choose like high image quality, and then I'm just going to open and show you what it looks like. And this is our smart mock-up. This is our ebook, and so perfect, guys. So guys, thank you so much for watching this tutorial. It's always my pleasure to share everything I know really well in Canva. And if you are a small business owner, just an entrepreneur who wants to learn how to utilize Canva to build your, to as a tool to build your online presence or even to engage your audience, then this is definitely the channel for you. Thank you so much for watching, and ensure you subscribe, share it with others, and of course, I can't forget this. If you create your very own ebook, I want you to create it. Tag me on Instagram at Carey.digital. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and until next time, bye.